What if you could get your hands on the playbook from the strategists behind literally billions of YouTube views? Well, that's exactly what we're cracking open today. This isn't about chasing some fleeting trend, it's a proven blueprint for building a channel that actually lasts. So let's get right into it. So where does a blueprint like this even come from? It's not just one person's opinion, not even close. We've distilled the wisdom of 7 of the world's absolute top YouTube strategists. These are the minds behind those billions of views. And that number you see, 83, that's their combined years of experience. Just let that sink in. That's an entire lifetime of learning, all condensed for us right here. And the best part is, all of that knowledge, every single lesson learned the hard way, has been distilled into one simple, actionable roadmap. The key thing to remember is that this isn't guesswork. It's a system that's been proven time and time again. So let's kick things off with step 1. All right, step 1, laying the foundation. Before you even think about hitting record, before you obsess over thumbnails or titles, you have to answer one critical question. What is this channel really about? It all starts right here, with finding your footing. Now, this piece of advice from strategist Patty Galloway, it completely flips the script on how most people start a channel. The temptation is always to chase growth, right? You want those subscribers from day one. But she says, forget about that. In the beginning, your only goal should be repetition. It's about getting your reps in, finding your voice, and just figuring out what you're doing. And the key to that repetition is focus. Patty Galloway calls it the sushi restaurant rule, and it is brilliant. Think about it. The best sushi places, they just make incredible sushi. They're not trying to sell burgers and pizza on the side. The most successful YouTube channels do the exact same thing. They focus on one thing, and they aim to be the absolute best at it. So, how do you find that sushi-level focus for yourself? Well, you run your ideas through this simple 3-part test. It has to start with passion. What's something you love so much you could make 100 videos about? Then it has to connect with your skill. What are you uniquely good at? But, and this is crucial, it has to meet a demand. Is there an audience that actually wants this stuff? The sweet spot where all 3 of those circles overlap, that's your foundation. Okay, so your foundation is set. You know what your channel is about. Now comes step 2. Earning the click. You could make the best video in the entire world, but if nobody clicks play, it's basically worthless. This is where you have to win the battle for attention on a super crowded YouTube homepage. And your secret weapon here isn't about being better, it's about being remarkable. I mean, trying to be the absolute best on a topic is just exhausting. But being significantly different? Now that's achievable. It means leaning into your unique angle and giving people a reason to choose your video over all the others that look just like it. How you package that remarkable idea completely depends on where someone finds it. If they're actively searching for something specific, that's where SEO comes in. Your title just needs to be crystal clear and say, hey, I have the answer to your question. But for most people who are just browsing their homepage, you have a totally different job. You have to be so intriguing that they have to stop scrolling and find out what's going on. Title expert Jake Thomas says the most powerful, click-worthy titles tap into one of 3 core human emotions. Curiosity is king. It's the most powerful one. Think of titles like, I tried this for 30 days and you won't believe what happened. But you can also tap into fear with something like the 5 mistakes that are ruining your relationship, or you can tap into desire with a title that promises a real transformation. They all create this little emotional itch that only a click can scratch. So you earned the click. Fantastic, but you're only halfway there. If that viewer leaves after 10 seconds, the click was pretty much worthless. So the next step is all about how you structure your video to hold their attention from the very first second to the very last. Scriptwriter George Blackman breaks this down into a simple, repeatable loop. Every little part of your video needs a setup where you tell the viewer what's coming. Next up, I'm going to show you the one setting that will change everything. Then you build tension, you give context, you explain the problem, you don't just give the answer away. And finally, you deliver the payoff, giving them that great piece of info you promised. And then you start the loop all over again for the next point. Now pay attention to this, because this is where George says the biggest danger zone is. It's that moment in between, the transition. After you deliver a payoff, you have a split second to set up the next promise. If you pause, if you hesitate, that's when the viewer's head comes up for air, and they're just one click away from leaving. You got to keep that momentum going. So you've laid the foundation, you've earned the click, and you've held their attention. The final step, the last piece of the puzzle, is to understand the engine that powers this whole thing, the YouTube algorithm. It's time to demystify it. This quote from Renee Ritchie, who is a YouTube employee, is maybe the single most important mindset shift in this entire breakdown. We all think our job is to get YouTube to push our videos out to more people. But she says that's completely wrong. Your job is to make a video that's so good for one specific viewer that the algorithm pulls it for them. It's a subtle difference, but it changes everything. The best way to think about it is like automated word of mouth. Seriously, when one person loves your video, the algorithm's entire job is to find the next person who is most likely to love it too, based on everything they've ever watched. It's a chain reaction. And that's why your job isn't to hack the algorithm. Your job is simply to delight the viewer. The algorithm will handle finding more people for you to delight. So there you have it, the 4-step roadmap. It starts with a solid foundation, wins the click by being remarkable, holds attention with great storytelling, and fuels the engine by satisfying viewers, one person at a time. The system is all there. The audience is waiting for you. The only question left is, what story will you tell them first?